You ever watch a room turn on a dime? That's what happened the first time Natalie Carter walked into Fort Ridgmore. She came in quiet hair, loose eyes, cold, that plain uniform making her look like she didn't care what anyone thought, and you know what, maybe she didn't. She spoke to no one, kept her head down, and that silence, it made the squad itch. I mean, you could feel it, the kind of tension that crackles just before a storm hits. Day 1. Roll call. The sergeant's already had enough. He jabs a finger at her barks. Who are you supposed to be? The squad's grinning, ready to eat her alive until... Well, let me just say it's not every day you see a grown woman yanked in front of 40 soldiers for a uniform violation and stripped bare to her shirt. But the real punch came when that shirt slipped off her shoulder, and you saw its silver serpent wrapped around a black dagger inked deep under her collarbone. Suddenly, Colonel Reed is out of nowhere, back straight as a post, stand down. Spectre Division. The whole place freezes, the joke sucked out of the air like someone shut a window on a tornado. Natalie, half-dressed, just looks bored like this is Tuesday. Nobody at Ridgmore really knew what Spectre Division meant. Oh, we'd heard the ghost stories, spooks who did things no one would talk about, who settled wars before politicians even got their ties straight. That tattoo was legend. Most thought it was just a bedtime story. Turns out bedtime stories sometimes walk in dusty boots. After that, Natalie just buttons her shirt, slides back in line. But every eye's glued to her. The whispering starts. The sergeant, big guy with a jaw like a cinder block, stammers through the rest of roll call like he forgot how to speak. And the thing is, that was just the start. By breakfast, the humiliation's already cooking. Some recruit with a New York accent cracks wise about her looking like she'd wandered in from Coachella. The whole table laughs, but Natalie, she just nods like she's checking off a shopping list. 2 women in the back, perfect braids, perfect everything, trade sneers. Combat training, not a soup kitchen. Even the NCOs join in, and all of it, the sniping, the jokes, they're just dying for her to crack. She gives them nothing. Next, a captain with a twitchy mustache decides to make her a public punching bag. Calls her up to the tactical board, asks her to explain a flanking maneuver, then cuts her off mid-sentence. You sound like a civilian, he sneers, and the squad's off to the races, laughing, poking, prodding. Bet she's never seen a battlefield somebody throws in. Natalie just folds her hands and stares at the tabletop, knuckles white for a split second. Drills get worse. Private with a chip on his shoulder bumps into her Move charity case. His pals start a betting pool bet she's never even fired that thing pointing at her rifle. She just keeps cleaning, reassembling slow and steady. By noon, the mystery is gasoline on a fire. Who is she? Why is she here? Who does she know? The base is for the best of the best, blood grid or connections, and here's this ghost last in every line. Then just to up the ante, a logistics sergeant assigns her to haul crates meant for 2. Crowd gathers, expecting a show. Halfway across the yard, someone trips her. Supplies spill. The laughter pours in. Nice job, Klutz. Natalie just kneels, gathers what she can, never looking up. Night comes, navigation drill. No GPS, no map. 10 miles of rough forest sky, thick with clouds. Most squads get lost fast, radios popping with frustration. Natalie goes alone, no one even bats an eye. She's invisible by now, right? Except when everyone else is still stumbling back. She's already there at the finish, covered in dirt, but calm with 2 injured recruits she'd found and carried out. Commander asks, "How'd you find the way?" She shrugs. "Walked it during Operation Tenebris." Silence. That name, not in any manual, not anywhere public. Later on a bench, Natalie sharpening a knife and some wise guys try her again. That knife's bigger than your career. One throws a soda can, bounces off her shoulder. She crushes it in one hand, stares until he blinks first, then goes back to her blade. The laughter is forced this time. You know what I mean? That's when you realize the tides are starting to shift. Live fire exercise, clear a village under enemy fire. Squad tries to cut her out, sure she'll drag them down. Everything falls apart. Smoke panic teams pinned, and Natalie just disappears into the chaos. Reappears where the snipers were, ends the threat without a word. Trainers check the logs, her hits are perfect. Carter saved your butts, one grunts. Suddenly, even the sneers are muted. But bullies, they don't quit easy. The next day, Sergeant Zero's in uniform inspection, making it personal. Take off your shirt, Carter. The whole squad watches, breath held, while she unbuttons slow and calm. Tattoo flashes. Colonel's face goes pale. Stop this at once. Is that the Spectre insignia? Lieutenant's face goes red, hands shaking as he drops to his knees by order. Natalie just puts her shirt back on and melts into the background. That's power, silent and simple. After that, some push even harder at dinner. A clique dumps her food, tells her to clean it up. She just stands, gets a new tray, eats, while the whole room gapes. And then the twist nobody saw coming. A classified envelope direct from NATO High Command summons her to a strategic summit in Brussels. Her captain nearly chokes on his coffee. She leaves the room with that same slow nod, everyone too stunned to even move. Rumors turn into wildfires. Spectre Division, White Phantom social media lights up, bets are made. Some even draft a petition to expose her as a fake. Natalie ignores it all. One night, paired with the arrogant squad for a patrol sim, they trip her into the mud laugh. But when Trainer's enemy drones hit, she's the only one who keeps her head, disables the attack with a device none of them have ever seen. Later memo hits every desk, Spectre mark verified. No one is to request identification again. Her orders carry instant authority. The mocking stops. Sort of. Disciplinary action falls like hail. Sergeant retires. VIP trainee loses his gear sponsorship. Others get dropped from programs. But the bullying just goes underground. During a medical drill, a medic calls her out, redoes her tourniquet to show how it's done, gets owned on review by the instructor who says Natalie's technique is straight out of Spectre's own protocols. By the time hand-to-hand combat drills roll around, the mood's boiling. 3 against 1, the squad egging them on. Let's see if that tattoo helps you now. 6 seconds later, Natalie's got the biggest one face down in the dirt, knee in his spine. She stands, dusts off, looks at the officer. I don't need to be remembered, but don't forget I was here. Nobody laughs. Then comes the final act. A visiting general tries to humiliate her, calls her out during formation, mocks her to her face. Right in the middle of his tirade, the radio squawks, Operative Carter is to assume command of Fort Ridgemore's tactical operations, effective immediately. The crowd parts. She steps forward, voice low. General, you're dismissed. Yeah, that happened. The base. Never the same after. A week passes. It's late drills in the courtyard, and a black SUV, no plates, rolls through the gate. Man steps out, face like old granite, walks straight to Natalie, nods once, and she nods back. She grabs her bag, climbs an SUV, gone in a cloud of dust, leaving nothing but silence. Careers end, reputations ruined, and not because she wanted payback, just because that's what happens when the truth catches up. She never looked back, didn't need to. You ever meet someone like that? Doesn't shout, doesn't brag, just is. That was enough. And maybe you know the sting of being written off, of being doubted before you've even had a chance to speak. Maybe you're living it right now. Natalie's story isn't just about her, it's about everyone who's ever been judged too soon, everyone who's ever had to walk alone. So tell me who gets it right. The rule breaker, who's the real deal, or the crowd who needs someone to kick? Drop your thoughts below. Whose side are you on? And what does justice look like where you live?